Hey guys, it's Will from Magic the Friendly Tavern on Facebook. We played a game, but I didn't actually do a deck tech on the deck before we played the game with it. Um, this is kind of a thrown together little side deck I made because I needed a red black deck to beat some quests, and I didn't have one, so I threw one together. And it's supposed to have some Crimson Vow stuff in it. Let's go ahead and talk about putting the deck in order so we can talk about it. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I got everything in order. All right, so let's talk about the deck. One of the main features of the deck is we're running these creatures that are huge. 2 mana, 5/3 flash. I can only cast this if a creature died this turn, though. It's got a drawback. That's fine. I've had this thing come down and be really good. So that's part of the deck right there. Is we're running the creature with a drawback. We're also running the Mardu Outrider, which is an additional card cost to cast this spell, discard a card. But it's a 3 mana 5/5. These are great. As long as we can surmount the disadvantage they give us. On top of that, we're running some really powerful curve toppers here, like Tergrid, God of Fright. We're running Drana, the Last Blood Chief, and these are curved creatures out of our graveyard, or they steal creatures from our opponents, which is also good. Gissa also steals creatures from our opponents, and it gives them decay and puts them on our side of the field, which is fun. Good cards, good cards. So lots of high end beef here. We have a few utility creatures. Enters the battlefield or exile up to one target creature or card from a graveyard. If it's a creature card exiled this way, your opponent loses 1 life. 3 mana, 3/3. It can flip over to a 4/4. It has ward, discard a card, so it has a little bit of built in protection. But mainly we want it for the graveyard, to control the graveyard. So that's why that's in there. Then we want to control the hand a little bit, so we have these Elder Fang Disciples, and we're hoping to kill these off or trade them off to be able to get our Grim Wanderers in play. So if we can get these down early and then get our Grim Wanderers down in a timely fashion, it's really good. But these just make our opponent discard a card, which is fine. Works good with Tergrid as well. Then we have our Reckless Stormseeker, which is always good. If I'm running red, I'm running this card. Also with the Bloodthirsty Adversary, which is 2 mana, 2/2 haste. Pay 3, and I get to put a +1/+1 counter on it. And then I can exile a card from my graveyard with mana value 3 or less. And then I can copy it and play the copy. So it allows me to play a spell, again, for my graveyard. It's great. Also in here is the Dragonkin Berserker, which is 2 mana, 2/2 first strike. Its boast ability costs 1 less for each dragon we control, which you're not really controlling any dragons, but once we boast once, then we can boast again for cheaper and cheaper, and he can keep making dragons if he stays on the field. And then we have Cemetery Gatekeeper, which is a 2 mana, 2/1 first strike. And when it enters the battlefield, I can exile a card from a graveyard, again, controlling the graveyard. But whenever a player plays a land or casts a spell that shares a card type with that exiled card, it deals 2 damage to that player. So it can go to the face. It's so far this has been a really decent card. I might pick up a few of these. I got a few mythic wild cards. I might pick up a few more of these. This guy's pretty good. On top of that, we're running Sorin the Mirthless. Its -2 is to put a 2/3 vampire with flying and lifelink into play, and that's pretty good. His first ability is a +1. It's basically a Bob ability where you look at the top card of your library, then you reveal it and lose that much life equal to its converted mana cost, and you put it in your hand. If you reveal it, you put it in your hand. So it's even better than Bob because it doesn't force you to do it. And that's fine. Then it deals 13 damage to a target and you gain 13 life. If you -7 it, which is kind of hard, but it's decent. Then we're running Mask of Grizzlebrand, which this is alright. I mean, it's a little slow. It's 6 mana altogether. 3 to play it, 3 to equip it. But the equipped creature has flying and lifelink. And whenever the equipped creature dies, you may pay X life where X is power, and if you do, draw X cards. So, card draw, it's good. I've just been testing this card out to see how actually good it is, and it's fine. It's not always great, but it's fine. Then we have two sweepers. We have choose a creature type. Creatures that aren't of the chosen type get -3 until end of turn. We also have another sweeper in Meat Hook Massacre, which sticks around after it gives everything -X, where X is equal to what you pay for it. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 1 life. So that's extra value. It's pretty good. I think over here I missed the Tainted Adversaries. We're also running Tainted Adversary. 2 mana, 2/3 Death Touch is already great. I can basically multi-kicker it and put +1/+1 counters on it, which the bigger you get a Death Touch creature, the better. Until, you get to a certain size where it's just killing things even without the Death Touch. But being able to get them decayed 2/2 zombie tokens in there is pretty nice too for the extra chip damage. Moving on, we got Baleful Mastery in here. I kind of like this spell. 4 mana, exile target creature or planeswalker, which is fine. But I can pay 2 instead, and they get to draw a card, which is a big drawback, but I'm okay with it. It only has a 1-of in the deck. It's fine. Now, if we're running a playset of these, it'd be kind of iffy. Then we have Thundering Rebuke, which deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Then we have Cathartic Power, which deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, or discard 2 cards to draw that many cards, so we can dig through our deck with it as well. Then we have Infernal Grasp, which is destroy target creature, you lose 2 life, 2 mana instant. It's a great card. Flunk, which is a 1 and a black for an instant. Target creature gets -X, where X is 7 minus the number of cards in that creature's controller's hand. This kills Indestructible. That's why it's in here. It kills Indestructible. There's some Indestructible things floating around in Standard right now that I really have to deal with. So I got 1 copy of Flunk in here as to hedge my bets. The only other thing in here is 2 copies of Hive of the Eye Tyrant, which turns into a 3/3 creature for 4 mana. It exiles cards from the graveyard, but basically we have it as a man land. So it can dodge sweeper effects and still get in. Then we have 13 swamps and 9 mountains. And that's the deck for you. That's the whole deck tech. My name is Will, down at Magic the Friendly Tavern. I want you to have happy pack pulls, and as always, happy games.